Pack your bags, Teresa. We're going to the Gulf Coast.
Alabama.
You got that right. You guys know Teresa and I love traveling, which is why we couldn't be more excited about our new sponsor, Spectrum Resorts.
They have 2 incredible properties on the Gulf Coast, so you can get away from it all at either the Beach Club or Turquoise Place.
And right now, get $200 off your stay at either resort by booking directly through Spectrum Resorts using promo code POD1. That's POD and the number 1. Book the Beach Club for a relaxing, safe, and secluded beach resort vacation, or Turquoise Place and experience the epitome of luxury with hot tubs and grills on every balcony, along with a lazy river and other world-class amenities. You'll have the best time at either resort with dining, shopping, resort-style pools, plus organized activities, and so much more.
Doesn't this sound amazing, guys?
Amazing, Teresa.
Just make sure you book directly through Spectrum Resorts for amazing perks at either property, including discounts on dining, spa, treatments, and more. Plus, at Turquoise Place, you'll even get complimentary breakfast, which is a big savings for families.
It sure is. So check out beachclubal.com or turquoiseplace.com to book your vacation using promo code POD1 for $200 off your next stay at either resort. That's $200 off your next stay using promo code POD1. Again, that's POD and the number 1. We'll also put the links in the show notes. And thank you again to Spectrum Resorts for sponsoring this podcast. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Married to Reality. I'm your co-host, John, here with my wife and co-host. If I ever caught her kicking a coconut around the apartment, you'd catch me kicking her out of the apartment. It's the one and only Teresa.
Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing? Believe me, kicking a dirty coconut around would not be something I do.
What is it about the IFA tradition that's just like, let's just waste perfectly good food?
Exactly.
Hey, got any fresh bananas? Throw them in the river. You got a coconut? Let's just kick it around the dusty corners of the house.
Well, first I thought she's peeling the coconut, but then she was like rubbing it in some eggshells, started kicking it around, making a mess.
When I hear you explain it, it sounds even crazier than when I hear Danielle explain it.
And then she breaks it. Outside, waste. The whole perfectly fine coconut, am I right?
Delicious coconut juice just
I don't like
drizzling
coconut
down.
water, but I like coconut. And she just wasted
I like it all.
food.
I honestly don't understand how this is okay in any religion.
Right?
Doesn't make any sense to me.
I guess I don't know. I don't want to get into that. I'm gonna hold my tongue this time, guys.
Bite your tongue.
I'm gonna bite my tongue because let's not get into a religious debate before we get to literally anything on this podcast.
Can we get into religious debate? Are you saying we will, but
I'm saying
in due time?
Well, we can.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say for example, and I'm just gonna use an example.
See how I baited Teresa enough to give me a little bit here? She's like, I will not say anything at the top of the show that may get me in trouble. And I'm like, you won't? And she's like, all right, I'll say one thing that might get me in trouble.
I'm only going to say this because it's a first-hand experience.
Oh, boy.
My grandma gives money to the church, right?
Sure.
Every single time she goes, she prays, and then there is this head going around, and she always drops some money, no matter where she goes. And so that's why I feel like, all right, well, being religious is not for free. So my grandma's giving money away. Danielle is wasting food.
At least that money's going somewhere.
Where?
To the church. Or
what do they do?
Well, I don't know what they do in the Czech Republic.
My grandma brings her own Bible to the church. They don't even provide Bibles.
Really?
I guess. Maybe my grandma just likes her own copy.
Oh. Well, I mean,
she makes notes in it, so I'm not
gonna speculate about all religion or all religious leaders, but
I guess they do have Bibles at church. I don't want to make that out. I genuinely don't know.
Okay. Well, I know. I was just gonna say a lot of the times the money goes to providing a certain lifestyle for the leaders of the church.
You see, and that's wrong.
I would agree.
If you're giving the money, donating to the church so they can be like, okay, we have a charity, we're going to donate it, we're going to help people. Okay, I'm here for it. I am not religious, but I might also put some money down.
Right.
But what does it really go there? I don't think so.
Does the church need a new private jet?
Exactly.
Exactly, Teresa.
So
does my rabbi need a new acoustic guitar? Maybe, because he's been beating on that thing since my bar mitzvah. But
no, but seriously, like every religion has something, right? Danielle is wasting food because it's part of her religion.
It's just crazy to me.
It is crazy.
Just the amount of waste. Every episode, she's just like, let's go and just throw some produce in the trash.
Meanwhile, Yohan makes $80 a month.
Yes.
And then she complains that he doesn't contribute. Well, why would he contribute if she wastes everything?
It's such a head scratcher. And when we covered Love in Paradise, we didn't speak at length about it, but we definitely brought it up like, oh, wow, we're just going to bring perfectly good food into the jungle and just leave it there. But then you just see it at every episode going forward, and it's very mind-boggling.
Yeah. I mean, if she threw one banana into the river, sure, maybe a monkey will find it and eat it,
maybe
right?
Maybe an animal's hungry.
Yeah.
Maybe an animal's hungry.
Or dance around with coconut and then eat it. Like, don't just waste it. Am I right?
That's where I come from. That's my feelings on the situation, but who knows? Who knows? All right.
Listen, people waste other things too. Unfortunately, it's like, oh, you go to the store hungry and you buy shit you're probably not gonna eat, and it goes to waste, right?
True.
We all are guilty of it, but at least it's our own guilt. She's wasting it because someone told her to.
And here's I think the real reason that it sticks with me is, and again, maybe this is too early in the show to make such a statement.
Ooh, look at jumping wild now. That's usually me.
But I think what she's doing is a little BS. It's a little nonsensical to me. So to waste perfectly good food in the name of that is like, oh, you really think kicking a coconut around your house is going to provide it with good luck?
Again, listen,
no.
If she believes that, fine. Kick it around and then drink that freaking coconut water or eat it or whatever you do with a coconut.
Right. Don't just waste it.
Don't just waste it.
Right, yes, it could serve multiple purposes.
Exactly.
You can bless the home and then you can snack on it.
Exactly.
We should start our own religion, Teresa. Which is what
should we like dance around with chips and then eat them?
Yeah, whatever we want. It'd be a tax write-off, I think.
Ooh.
Whatever snack we want, it'll become the snack of our religion. And then we could write it off.
I love it.
Guys, we'll get back to you on this. In the meantime, real quick, we're on Instagram at MarriedToRealityPod. Check us out there. Message us. We got memes. We have fun, so come on over on Instagram at MarriedToRealityPod. If you message us, share your thoughts on the episodes. Share your thoughts on any shows you guys are watching, shows we should watch. There's so much television going on right now.
So much.
That we want to hear. We want to hear what you guys have to say. So on Instagram at MarriedToRealityPod. Also, join us on Patreon. Speaking about so much television, the Patreon is just, woo, it is flooded with content.
Yeah.
Okay? We just wrapped up Darcy and Stacey. There was a 2-hour finale that we just covered over there. Amazing.
Don't get me started on it because I'm still sad.
Amazing season. So all that coverage is over there. There's also Seeking Brother Husband.
Woo-hoo.
And then starting this week, Love in Paradise.
Guys,
okay? It's a flood of content over there for the
Patreon just keeps on giving.
For the Cousins Club and Family Affair level. So check it out. Patreon.com/MarriedToReality. Also, make sure you're following us wherever you're listening, whether it's Apple, Spotify, TuneIn, Stitcher. Follow the podcast so that whenever we drop something, it'll come right to your device. You won't have to think about it. You won't have to go, what day is it? Oh, it's Monday. I should check if there's a new 90-day. No, it'll come right to your device. It's so easy to do. You look down, you smash that follow button.
Guys, smash it like it's hot. It's the place Rishi and Jen had a lunch. Because it was like an Indian palace with Indian food that Jen and I recently learned to love.
Taste of India.
And imagine eating that food, having taste of India in that palace.
Yeah. I mean, if Randy wasn't there, I would say sign me up.
I'm going to say if the monkey wasn't there, I would say sign me up.
Was there a monkey outside?
There was a monkey climbing on top of
You're
it.
so anti-monkey.
I don't like monkeys.
What's a monkey ever done to you?
They scare me.
They are. Some can be a little scary.
I really don't like monkeys.
Yeah, they're a little surprising sometimes. Unsuspecting.
I would take a snake over a monkey.
Oh, well, maybe.
right?
Maybe. Yeah, you never know with those monkeys.
Yeah, I really don't like monkeys.
I've never come I've come face to face with a snake. I've come face to face with a bear. I've come face to face with many an animal, but never a monkey, so I don't know how I would react.
Not even in a zoo?
I don't think so.
Oh, I've seen monkeys at a zoo, and they're interesting.
All right, so smash like it's as hot as that palace. And last but not least, if you haven't left a review, please do. We love when you guys leave the reviews. You guys are doing it, and we thank you for that. But if you haven't, if you leave a 5-star review, we'll read it on this podcast right here, like I will right now.
Okay.
I'll read a review right now if you want to.
Do it.
All right. This one comes to us from our friend Hey Nay 12.
Hey Nate 12. Hello.
Okay. 5 stars.
Love it.
Titled My Go-To Podcast for 90 Day Fiancé and Maths.
Love it. Love it.
I can't wait to hear what you two have to say every week about Maths and 90 Day Fiancé. You both have such great observations about the relationship dynamics and interjecting your own experiences into the conversation. I learned so much about relationships listening to you. Your observations are genuine and funny.
I love that. And thank you.
Hannah.
We also learn as we do this podcast.
I've never learned more about my wife than I have podcasting.
Very
really.
true. We were just going away for the weekend. We're back home and we're driving. It was a long drive. And I'm telling John, hey, how about you tell me something I don't know about you that we haven't shared on the pod? And he's like, well, there is nothing really. And then 2 hours later, he said something to his parents. And I'm like, what?
What did I say? Is it something we can share?
Yeah. I forgot what it was.
I kind of do too now. Pretty anticlimactic of a story.
What was it? Was it something about a Jewish fish?
Gefilte fish? No, my dad was talking about that though.
Yeah.
And he was loving it with a little horseradish, a little spicy for him. But he was really enjoying it. No, I don't know. Maybe if it comes to us, we can share.
What I'm saying is that usually I learn things about John on this podcast or very, very randomly.
That's very true.
So thanks to this podcast, I feel like I'm truly getting to know my husband.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish we could remember what that was.
Guys, if you want to get to know your significant other, just start a pod. Listen to ours.
Yeah, we'll listen to yours if you listen to ours. All right. How about a little 90 Day by the way?
You have some.
I got a little 90 Day by the way for you.
All right, share.
Number 1. And thanks to several of our friends for sharing this with us, okay? According to her own Instagram, Mahogany of Mahogany and Ben almost overdosed.
What? I didn't know this.
You didn't?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, work through this with me because
okay. Damn, did I miss the messages?
Maybe.
When? I was just on IG.
All week we were getting messages about this story. I had seen it.
I was responding to our friends.
Guys, I had seen it already.
Damn.
But so here's what happened. She posted on Instagram, I think it was on Easter, and it was like an Easter message. And she wrote, story time. And then bear with me here while I read this. And I'm reading it word for word. Her command of the English language, not the best. But she wrote, I became someone different since the show ended. Open my demons and get on my way in his dreams. I found mine. Almost 1 month ago, I suffered an overdose that almost killed me. I started taking some pills to rest until work, love, and friendships completely stole my time. And I accidentally thought I would sleep happily. I don't remember much of the story, but when I was unconscious, I wanted to be able to live, and I couldn't. Listen to Ben's voice, who was on the phone screaming, Mahogany, wake up. Are you breathing? And I woke up. Long journey that was coming to me. I'm a healthy person, but I didn't think the pills would give me a bad mood. Anyway, someone in the sense that when almost lost his life, now is grateful to that? ? Why not thank that this Easter?
Okay,
Huh?
I've
Now you
heard
remember?
that. Yeah, I remember some of you guys did send us that story.
So obviously it goes without saying, my heart goes out to anyone with an addiction problem.
Absolutely.
Suicide, of course. But I've read this caption 10 times, and I'm trying to make sense of it. She's saying she was taking sleeping pills and just accidentally took too many. Like, she wasn't trying to harm herself, right?
That's what it sounds like. Unless, yeah, I think so. That's what it sounds like.
I don't think she was trying to harm herself. Still scary, but I couldn't really, and I guess it's because of the English here, I had a hard time making sense of it. Plus the fact that accompanied with this caption is like 3 sexy pouty face photos of her.
Okay, this is probably gonna be a little ignorant of me, but I don't know it. My mom takes a very strong painkiller, sleeping pills, because she just can't sleep, right?
Yeah.
Very strong ones, and she can take multiple and she still doesn't sleep. But like, how many do you get to overdose? I feel like there must be some wiggle room to just get a little, like when you and I took way too much melatonin, we just felt high, right? You cannot just take, instead of 2, you take 4 and you overdose.
I mean,
right?
Well,
and again, I don't know, but I would hope that that's not the case.
For one, it's going to be different for everybody.
Okay.
Right? Mahogany seems like a small girl, like maybe, a couple. Was she drinking? Did she have some cocktails beforehand? Was there anything else involved?
That's a good point.
So it's different, but I'm just going, well, what are you saying here? You took too many sleeping pills, and are you saying I'm thankful that I didn't overdose, or because you didn't?
Also, how is Ben screaming on the phone if she's asleep?
And that was my other question is, did she call? Like, did she sleep call him? In her sleep, did she call him?
How do you sleep call someone?
I don't know. How do you eat out of the fridge? I mean, people do crazy things in their sleep.
Yeah, I think if you're borderline overdosing, you're not going to be dialing someone's number.
It's all very confusing.
Very confusing.
Call in if you have a better understanding or heard something else, because obviously it's concerning. And I hope if she's struggling with an addiction that she can get the help she needs. But I was just like, well, this is a very confusing post. You have like a sexy photo carousel attached to this caption. You're saying like Happy Easter during it. I don't know. But it's news, Teresa.
She said Happy Easter too?
At the end, I think she posted it on Easter.
Okay. Well...
So. It's very confusing,
very
somewhat
confusing.
concerning.
Yes.
And
wait, did Ben say anything?
Not that I saw, but it seems to me they're still, if not together, in communication.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they're trying to, and not because of this, just in general, because they have been trying to stay relevant. Are they trying to get on another season?
Interesting.
Like, is she coming?
Interesting. I don't know.
And I'm not saying this overdose thing is the way to get attention, but there were other things, the YouTube channel, like they've been trying to stay relevant.
For certain. So I don't know. Let's see. Call in if you guys know.
Oh yeah, call in, guys. This is sad.
It's a sad, scary
/
confusing story.
Yeah.
Glad she's okay.
Oh, for sure.
Glad she's okay. All right, number 2. Tanya of Sinjin and Tanya.
Okay.
A little new business venture for her.
Is it the van life?
No.
Okay, that's the last thing I saw.
No, a sexy lingerie calendar.
Okay.
She posted on Instagram recently, track your important dates the sexy way. Calendar featuring 13 tasteful and sophisticated lingerie photos, all high resolution and professionally taken. Any woman, any shape, any size can feel and be sexy. And this took a lot of guts for me. And Teresa, I wasn't going to get one.
The reason why I'm laughing is because she mentioned it's high resolution.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I wasn't going to get one because I wasn't sure the resolution quality. But now that we know it's high resolution, I ordered 2, one for me, one for you.
Oh, thank you. I'm probably going to put it up in my office.
It's high res.
But, okay, good for her. Like, women empowerment, that's a great idea. If she feels like there's something she wants to do, I'm glad. Why are you releasing a calendar in April?
Such a good question,
right?
Teresa. And maybe she...
Why don't you wait for December and then just announce it? People can buy it for Christmas and then start fresh with January.
Such a good question. One that didn't even cross my mind because I was clicking order as fast as I could. There was a sale, 10% off, which ended like 2 days ago. It should be probably like 30% off because sort of like January, February, March is gone.
I'm going to miss 4 photos to look at.
But so I'm trying to click. I'm trying to find where to buy this. It says like link in bio. I go to link in bio. She's got her website, Life with Tanya. I go there. It's not on her website. So maybe she took it down and realized like, oh yeah, maybe I shouldn't sell a calendar in the middle of April.
Yeah, dude, just save it and sell it in December. You'll make more money, I'm sure.
Yeah. But while I was trying to look for this calendar, I found something else she's doing, which is offering, I think it's like group trips with her to Aruba.
Okay.
Which is interesting. She goes, ladies, are you interested in traveling, meeting new people, and building sisterhood that will take place in a beautiful, picturesque environment? Clear your calendars. Oh, interesting. And start saving for the ultimate Friendsgiving of a lifetime. November 22nd through the 29th. Accommodation, snorkeling, boat cruise, beach days, self-care day, Jeep tour, and more. Save your spot with a $500 non-refundable deposit. Flights not included.
Well, this I could wrap my mind around.
This I can wrap my mind around.
And then after this trip, start selling your calendars.
Take some high-res photos on the beach in Aruba. Abuba. Call it the Abuba calendar.
Or save these if you already took the photo. Just save them and just pop them on 2024.
Make sure you save them as high-res files, though. No one wants these low-res calendars.
Oh, Tanya. It's like...
This is trying to stay relevant.
Oh, yeah.
A calendar.
Releasing a calendar in April. Girl. What is this? I don't even think the Chinese New Year doesn't start in April. Nothing. Like, who are you releasing this for?
I'm so glad that you realized this because I totally glossed over that. I was like, oh, high-res.
That's like the first thing I thought of. Besides me laughing at the high-res. I'm like, in April?
So
that's
good.
like why would I want to buy a calendar in April?
Right. I can understand November, December. Get ready for the new year.
Oh, absolutely. That's when you get your calendars.
February's done. March.
Yeah.
Half of April.
No.
Wild.
Oh.
Wild.
That was not well calculated.
Tanya, come to us if you need some business advice. All right. Should we do it? The reason we're here? We're not. We're
Why
not
are
here
you talking like that?
Well, because...
No, because you have a burrito throat?
Yeah. Someone had a burrito tonight.
Oh, I did have a burrito too.
Oh.
From
different places.
Because John likes Chipotle. Boo.
I was kind of jealous of the Moe's when you were eating it.
Right? Moe's is much better. Why didn't you get Moe's?
Because Moe's doesn't fill the burrito out for me the way Chipotle does. Chipotle will do a double protein, double wrap.
But Moe's does too if you keep an eye on them.
Moe's, you got to keep an eye on them. And most of the time, they're out of half the thing. So I'll be like, I'll be like, grilled peppers and onions. Well, we're out of that. Okay, well, you're going to make it. So
why were you jealous of me eating my Moe's?
Because they had everything in stock tonight. So yours was popping at the seams.
Mine was very good.
Plus, you get other things. Like you get the pico de gallo. You get...
free chips.
Well, fine. But you get enough things to fill out a Moe's burrito.
Yeah.
Mine would not. Mine would be like a little sad burrito.
Well, just get what I get and then get the double protein.
I should get the double
You like
protein.
everything I put in my burrito.
Except the pico.
You don't like the pico?
No, it's too tomatoey.
Yeah, so don't get the pico, get something else and fill up your burrito.
All right.
I think, again, Moe's is
You know the real reason I stopped going to Moe's.
Yes, and you know the reason I don't go to Chipotle, right?
You don't like Chipotle because you think the chicken is chewy.
It's a chewy chicken.
I don't like Moe's because I walked in there to order one day and the guy at the cash register was picking his nose.
Well, hopefully with gloves.
He was knuckles deep.
Oh, I mean, hopefully without gloves, and then he put some on.
He was knuckles deep in his
Yeah.
nose. I walked in, I turned around, I walked out. I was like, absolutely not. I was like a beaver seeing running water.
I'll take a pickled burrito over a chewy chicken.
Oh, no,
I'm kidding. I don't, but you can keep an eye on them.
Okay. All right, let's do it. Sunday night, 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way, Season 4, Episode 11. Who the man? Who the man? Who the man in charge?
It's Oussama.
It's Oussama.
It's my Oussama. Okay. It's Debbie and Oussama heading to Oussama's parents' house to spend some time with them. Mm-hmm. And Debbie's nervous.
Right, rightfully so.
Rightfully so, I was going to say.
Rightfully so. And don't worry if my mom doesn't talk to you. She's shy. Understatement of the year.
What do you mean?
Oussama's mom just sat there, so quiet, so uncomfortable, and I had to go back at my notes, and then I saw the note, oh yeah, don't worry if she doesn't talk to you, she's shy. And I was like, okay, well that makes me feel a little bit better, because I thought, ooh, she's not happy about Deborah.
I mean, imagine in the future we have a son, and he brings home your mom's friend that he fell in love.
Say it again. In the future, we have a son.
We have a son in 20 years. So he's 20, and he brings home your mom's friend.
Yeah. Well,
Meaning in 20 years, that mom's friend's gonna be up there in age. But listen, if it works out for you, that's fine. Like, age is just a number. I believe that's true.
No, this is weird.
Well, this is weird for a lot of reasons, but especially I keep going back to he's very young. What about the kids? Like, one day he's gonna be like, oh shit, I want to have a kid.
Maybe. Maybe. Until then, though, they're going to go and meet the family. There was one other little thing we learned before we get to the family's house. Oussama's pulling a bit of a Rishi and hasn't told his family that Debbie moved permanently.
Well, he didn't want her to move. He was like, wait, you moved here? I thought you're coming for 2 to 3 months and then you're going to go back to the U.S.
Right. And so I don't know what that was about. He wants Debbie to be the one to break the news. Yeah.
But unlike Rishi, and Rishi should just tell his, we'll get that, but Jen is just a few years older than him. Like parents are fine with the whole, she's not Indian, or they don't mind that the potential wife would be a different religion. Here, Oussama's like, oh no, just be yourself, just show off that smile. That's all you need. That's all you need.
Give me that smile. That smile is everything.
He's not trying to hide her. It's Deb who's like, oh, I should probably put a bag over my hat to hide the age.
I appreciate she's
self-aware.
That's what it is. She's self-aware. For as cuckoo as she is.
Oh, she's so cuckoo.
She's at least self-aware. They go inside. Dad's showing off with that long pour. Dad is working at a hipster bar in Morocco. Or trying to bang Deb. He probably saw Deb and was like, all right.
Well, Deb is a year younger than Dad, so why not?
This is what I'm talking about.
Dad is probably like, damn, son, where did you get this hot piece of Georgia meat?
And I thought Mom was just uncomfortable or Mom could sense that Dad was giving Deb the eye, and so she was just kind of being quiet and didn't have much to say. But apparently she's extremely shy.
Yeah, and this to me was very genuine from everyone. Even the sister who spoke a little English, everyone was very happy to see Deb. We usually get, there's always one family member at least who is not on board with this relationship, especially when the woman is older, right?
It could be Mom, though. We don't know. We didn't hear from
But she was laughing a little bit. She was fine.
I think she was uncomfortable.
I think she was uncomfortable, maybe not because of Deb necessarily, but because of all the cameras. And
Sure.
Yeah, but Dad is saying, well, age is just a number. I don't care. As long as they're happy, they love each other. But then he, in this little floating hat, whatever you call it. Talking hat, thank you. He's like, yeah, well, we had to accept it, but we heard him talking to her on the phone. I realized that he loved her, so we were just let him be him.
That was the thing. At first, Dad's like, oh, age was never an issue, and two people love and understand each other. That's all that matters. But then, yes, it cuts to just him talking to the camera. It was weird at first. It was weird, but then we saw them together and accepted it.
But at least, if anything, Oussama was honest because they don't seem shocked. Like, they know that she's way older. They knew what to expect. They don't seem like, holy shit.
Right. No. Of course. He was forthcoming enough about that, not necessarily about them moving.
Here's the shocker for me.
Yeah.
I thought that Oussama and his family lived on a farm in the middle of nowhere. This seems like a city. It was an apartment.
Yeah.
Where are all the animals? Didn't he say that he lived on the farm? He loved it. It was secluded, no people. He loves the animals.
Yeah,
Where are the animals?
I think we saw footage of him earlier in the season.
Yeah.
When we first met him, I think we saw him with it. Maybe they have a farm that is somewhat removed from the property and they just travel there and do what they do. But yeah, this was definitely an apartment.
Maybe.
Building, for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, then Debbie's like, well, tell me all your ages. Let's go around the room and you tell me your ages.
And here is what made her day. Dad is 68.
Oh, you look good. You look good for 68.
Oh, he's like father-in-law, older than me. I love it.
Doesn't she go, Dad? Dad's a little bit older than. She's already calling him Dad. Pump the brakes a little, dirty dude. Pump the brakes. So now things seem to be going better than she expected. So the dream of marrying Oussama, it's more of a reality than ever.
Yes, she still needs to tell them.
But again, to your point, that's not the plan right now, right?
No.
The plan is for her to go home. So,
we'll learn more on the next. There were some previews that they were having some conversation that Deb did not look happy.
So what about this? Maybe Oussama wants Deb to throw out the idea, hey, I'm going to move here permanently. See how the parents react. And if they say, great, then she can do it. But if they say no, then his idea of you're going to go home, that will come to fruition. Like he almost maybe wants to see his parents' reaction to the idea of them getting married, to the idea of her moving before he tells her it's a go.
Maybe, or maybe he will bring up the U.S. Maybe he's like, maybe I'll go with you.
See, so I get that feeling from so many couples.
Not from him, I guess.
I've never gotten it from him, and I don't know why. And I think I said episodes ago, oh, he's writing his poems in English. He's trying to get a bigger audience. I don't know that means he's going to move to the States, but he's definitely growing his fan base from this show, and he can sell his art or however he wants to profit off it from Morocco. Doesn't mean he has to move there, but yeah, I'm not getting that sense.
No, I don't think so. We'll see.
Okay, before we go to the next couple, I think let's take a quick break. We will tell you about our sponsor for this episode.
Yay!
And we'll be back in a second.
Guys, I'm super excited about our new sponsor for the pod. You guys know that John hates when I talk about working out, but it's a big part of my lifestyle. Well, something else has become a part of that lifestyle, and it's called Fit8 energy drinks. I'm actually drinking the blackberry pineapple right now, and I could try to describe how good it is, but right now you can actually save 40% off your first order of 24 cans of Fit8 energy plus free shipping. Wild! So you can try it for yourself. You guys just need to visit www.drinkfit8.com/marriedtoreality. One more time, www.drinkfit8.com/marriedtoreality, and make sure you put the www in the URL. And I'm looking at John, and he's also drinking a can of something delicious. You want to tell us about it, Jonathan?
Yeah, you actually just caught me mid-sip right there, Teresa. I am drinking the peach mandarin flavor. I think it's my favorite. It's refreshing. It's delicious. But the best part, all the flavors are 100% naturally sweetened with none of that gut-killing aspartame, no sucralose or Ace K, words I can barely say, words I don't want to hear Teresa even try to say. Plus, Fit8 Energy is packed with all the essential vitamins, minerals, and nutrients you need after a workout, like branched-chain amino acids, glucosamine, electrolytes, turmeric, omega-3s, and vitamins B, C, D3, and E. And maybe my favorite part, Fit8 has 200 milligrams of clean caffeine from green tea. Clean caffeine from green tea, Teresa. So I get the energy I need without any of the synthetic ingredients.
I love that. Do you want to know what my favorite part is?
I think I can guess, but tell me, Teresa.
My favorite part is that Fit8 Energy is only 15 calories per can, and it comes in 4 very delicious flavors, including mango sorbet, yum, raspberry hibiscus, yum, and of course peach mandarin and blackberry pineapple, yum yum.
So like Teresa said, right now we're giving our listeners 40% off your first order of 24 cans of Fit8 Energy plus that free shipping by going to www.drinkfit8.com/marriedtoreality. Again, www.drinkfit8.com/marriedtoreality. We'll also put the link in the show notes, so check it out. And thanks again to Fit8 for sponsoring this podcast. And we're back.
Hello, Jonathan.
Hello, Teresa. Did you think about what it was that I surprised you with?
Wasn't the hard-boiled egg that's old?
The surprises are never like anything that shocking.
No, it's shocking.
It's like,
because
you don't like tomatoes?
No, guys. About 2 years ago was the first time that John has ever tried a hard-boiled egg.
Yeah, and I wasn't missing out on anything.
And the reason why I found out is because he said he accidentally put in his Cobb salad. I'm like, what are you talking about? That's part of a Cobb salad.
I don't think that's what I said. I think someone brought it into the office.
No, you said it was in your salad that you ate it. You didn't like it. Shocking.
I didn't like it.
I don't know what this one was. It wasn't an egg.
Where were we when we talked about this? Because if I can put myself in that location.
We were...
probably at a bar. What else is new?
At dinner.
Okay. First night or second night?
First night.
Guys, we were just at the, if we weren't clear, we went for a little getaway, a little weekend getaway with my parents. They were down in Florida, so we met up with them. And we should tell them about what we saw on the way, too.
Oh, my gosh, guys.
I didn't want to say it during the intro in case some people skipped forward. But.
You know, we live in Florida, right? And we've always, before we moved here, we were like, oh my gosh, there are going to be gators everywhere. Like gators in the pool, gators climbing fences, gators just crossing the road, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we've been here for 5 years. And so far, we just saw a couple of floating babies. And a teenager.
At like a restaurant where they say, go to this restaurant, you'll definitely see gators.
It's on the, like this weird creek.
Yeah. And so we did, and we saw them. And it's like, all right, well, when you're expecting to see them, it's not that exciting.
So then we're driving, going to see John's parents, and we pulled over to go to Starbucks. And so, first of all, I'm like chatting. So I missed the exit. Classic. True. So I had to spin it around, and then we got to Starbucks, grabbed our coffee, leaving Starbucks, and John is like, what's that? Is that an iguana? And I'm like, holy shit. And John's like, oh my gosh, it's a gator. It was a gator crossing a parking lot between Starbucks and Denise. And it was just very casually just like crossing the parking lot. She was like, hello, everyone.
It wasn't big. I think probably 4 feet long. It was a baby.
It was kind of a baby, but it was beautiful.
It was wild to just be standing in a parking lot with just an alligator walking through it.
And it was so Florida. I think this is the first time I really felt like this is Florida.
It's Florida.
Because like you get all the, the beach, the sun, it's hot as fuck, occasional hurricane, but the gator crossing a parking lot.
You don't find that everywhere. Wild. Anyways. All right, let's get back to the show. Jen and Rishi, and we pick right back up with Jen interrogating Rishi about the shirtless photos he was sending to Randy. And he uses my defense, which is a good defense, which is that's a picture for everyone. It's on my social media. Anyone can see that. They don't need me to send it to them. They can just look.
But he did send it.
He did send it. And then, and I'm not totally defending him because the more we learn about this, the worse it seems. He sent roses, or he sent pictures of roses.
Mm-hmm. Let me stop you right here.
Please.
Do you think Rishi, before we start dissecting this, do you think Rishi is lying, making this up, or do you think he's trying to save his ass? Wait.
Which part? We know that some of it's legit.
Like
he sent the photos. He sent photos of roses.
No, do you think like him saying, oh, I knew she was pulling my leg.
No, it doesn't make any sense.
Right? And also, pulling my leg, is that an American saying?
Yeah, it means...
How does he know?
I knew she was joking with me.
Oh. Why is it funny to pull someone's leg?
I'm just yanking your chain. I'm pulling your leg.
Yanking your chain?
It's another saying.
Okay, it sounds like a dog.
It sounds like something Baba does with Danielle. This will provide you with 10 years of good luck. Just yank my chain. And throw some perfectly good pizza in the dumpster. I don't know. I think Rishi gets girls sliding into his DMs, and some of them he responds to, and some of them he blocks. I think it's that simple.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, he responded to Randy, who was playing an international supermodel, trying to go and meet him up in Jaipur. Yeah.
So he's saying, oh, well, I thought it was a joke, so I was joking back, but eventually it just got too much, so I blocked her, which also doesn't make sense in that context of it's a joke. It's like, what? Oh, the joke went on too long. I had enough of it, so I blocked her, instead of just being like, hey, Randy, like, joke's over.
Like, honestly, if I'm trying to like put myself into his position, that when we started dating and some of your friends were like, oh yeah, she's foreign, let's test her out. And I knew they're your friends, right?
Right.
Maybe I would throw one joke just to be like, oh, hello, and goodbye, say hi to John. Like, I would not let it go.
Right.
Absolutely. Because first of all, why? And second of all, if I know, then I would give you shit about your friends testing me out. I would be like, what is that about?
Right. You don't trust me? Why,
exactly.
Why are you having your friends test me? So that's basically what it comes down to, is now there is no trust. The trust is broken. And Rishi's like, well, if you don't trust me, then just look at my phone. You can go through my phone. And Jen's like, all right, get it. I'll take a look. And she goes through, one minor problem, everything's in Hindi.
Yep.
So she can't really figure out what these conversations are. But I would just say photos aren't in Hindi. Look and see what kind of photos he's sending to everyone.
Yep. Well, apparently he also learned to delete messages. That's what he said he did with the message from Randy. He deleted it. So I wouldn't trust all of it. Here's what I'm going to say. I think he's lucky that he has to pull this lie off in English because he's been really having a hard time finding the right words. But you can also be like, oh, it's because English is his second language, not that he's lying.
Yeah.
He is lying, but
I don't think he could explain this away in any language.
No, but I feel like if you were supposed to speak fluently and you would stumbling, you would immediately know he's lying, right?
It's easy to hide behind the broken English.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
To be like, I don't know, it's just a miscommunication. You're not understanding.
Literally.
Sure. But Jen's like, well, even besides the photos, okay, there's stuff you said you were going to do. You haven't done it. You said you'd tell your family. You haven't done that. And we get this montage of all the times Rishi was like, I just need a little more time. Then I just need there's like 12 different scenes of him saying, I just need a little more time. And Rishi's like, well, good news.
I need a little more time.
I talked to my astrologist. We have a date. I found out the best time to tell my family is August 2nd at 4 p.m. So mark your calendar, mark your Tanya lingerie calendar. August, circle the date. It's a high-res photo, 4 p.m. And what seems like, it's going to be good news. We have a date. Jen's like, what? So 2 more months? I have to wait another 2 more months for you to tell your family?
She is not happy. I feel like deep down she gets the fact that Indians do believe in astrology and it's a big part of their lifestyle. However, is this because that Rishi really truly believes that, or is it because it gives him an extra 2 months?
Sure. I think it's a little bit of both, probably using it to his benefit to buy himself some more time. But I also think he does believe there is a right time to break this news. And so I think it's probably a little bit of both.
I guess. I mean, their storyline has been headlining.
I know.
This series.
I know. I don't know how I feel about it.
Well, I think there's going to be something good.
Okay. All right. New day. This is pretty good. Jen's on her way to meet Randy and Myra, who traveled to see Jen in India.
Yeah, apparently they've been planning this trip for a while.
We've been traveling for 3 days.
This is not impromptu at all.
We've been traveling for 3 days. Here we are. Last time we traveled this far was for Jen, her first wedding in Jamaica. We hated him, and she still got married to him.
Jamaica is way closer than India, so I guess they don't travel.
3 days is quite the travel.
To India?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm confused what Randy's vibe is. Like,
she looks like Bridget Jones going to Thailand.
Thailand? Oh, Thailand's a strip club I went to last weekend.
Thailand. Bridget Jones too.
Myra was wearing a cocktail dress.
Yeah.
It looked very nice. Ready to hit the club. Randy looks like she's in witness protection.
Yes, but also they just got off a plane that they've been traveling for 3 days.
Myra looked good.
I think she did the Darcy Dash because she was like, fuck, I'm going to be on TV.
Randy, if you're playing the role of international supermodel, maybe she's incognito. Maybe she doesn't want to be recognized.
Oh.
That could be it.
No, okay.
So they all pile into a rickshaw. They hit the road. And all of a sudden they're going by this bus. And a guy just throws up out the window.
Ew.
Yeah.
I think he hit Myra.
I think
almost.
I think it got close. And Jen's like, wait, what? From your reaction, I thought someone exposed themselves. Like, I thought that's her first thought, is that someone was hanging brain.
Ew.
Did they even see Pam or Karen from behind?
Okay. I don't know what Jen, I don't know if it's the happiness of the friends coming, but Jen looks very nice and in peace in a way. Like, I know she has issues with Rishi, but she's like glowing.
Oh, I think
like up to this point, we always saw her like mad over something.
Yes.
And now her friends are there, and she has a good vibe going.
I think it's 2 parts. It's 1, your friends are there. You're happy to see them, right? A little bit of support on your side. And then 2, maybe she stepped up her game to be like, oh, I have visitors.
Yeah.
I'm going to get myself together.
I mean, all she did was like she curled her hair, but somehow it gave her a vibe.
She's got that vibe. They all looked good when they went to the palace.
Yes.
But we'll get there. So they arrive at Jen's apartment. Randy and Myra, very impressed. I was impressed with like the toilet hose.
Why?
Because I've never seen anything like this. We've talked at length about bidets and
the check shower.
But to have the best I could equate it to is like a sink. How a sink has that hose that you can pull to spray the dishes down. For a toilet to have that, this I could get behind.
I think that's how you flash.
This I could get behind. No, she's like, you spray your hoo-ha and your boo-ha and woo-ha.
So they don't have toilet paper?
That's interesting. No, they do, because remember, Jen was like, oh, there's no toilet paper. Maybe that's why there's no toilet paper there.
Oh.
But you got to dry yourself after you hose down.
I guess.
But this makes sense to me. The bidet makes me nervous, and again, it works.
This is worse than a bidet. How do you do it if you have clothes on and you just need to pee before you run out of the house? You're gonna shower yourself.
How do you go to the bathroom? You don't. Your pants don't go down.
They do, but still.
If I drop my pants and then I have this hose and I'm just like,
still your pants are gonna get wet.
Well, we'll take the pants off then.
I think that was
just
just
a thorough cleaning, and I think
that was just for the floor, to clean the floor. I don't think
that's not what she said.
Well, I think that's an actual shower. I think that's you don't do it.
No, it was attached to the toilet. I could be wrong.
Yeah, you wash your body with the toilet water.
I could be wrong.
I can be wrong too. I don't know.
So then they head to the rooftop. Jen wants to show off this.
Why do they have office chairs?
That was my basic. The only note I had about the rooftop was, why are there leather office chairs on the roof?
I don't know.
Randy liked it though.
Yeah, I would say first I was like, okay, well, probably they found it outside, right, somewhere, and they grabbed it. But they were the same.
3 matching.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless like someplace went out of business across the street.
Probably.
Like a law office went out of business.
Oh.
And Jen was like, well, I'm taking these.
Well, if it rains, it's going to get really soaked.
I was very surprised to see this.
Yeah.
But hey, something to sit on. Sat outside, had some drinks, and the friends wonder, oh, when are we going to see Rishi? Rishi doesn't stay here? He doesn't come by? When do we get to meet him? And Jen says, yeah, he never stays here. We don't stay together.
Because she doesn't want to bang him.
Because I'm not banging him until we're married.
Mm-hmm.
And then this turns into a whole situation because the friends can't believe that Rishi's just abstaining from sex. If he's not banging you, he's got to be banging someone.
Myra is like, I'm a married woman, and I know if your husband isn't getting it from you, he's getting it from someone else.
And Randy's like, did I tell you guys Rishi wanted to meet up with me? Like, did I tell you he was sending me topless photos? She cannot let this go.
I almost feel like she made up a new account and she's still trying to talk to him. I think she's like jealous that her friend has a hot fiance.
It's so Love is Blind. It is, what is Micah's friend's name?
Oh. Sibylla.
Nope. The blonde girl that hates.
I know who you're talking about.
What's her name?
Shelby. I know.
Is it Shelby?
Yeah. I knew it was something with an S.
So what did you say first?
Sibylla.
Hates, and now I can't think of his name. Micah and Paul. Hates Paul when she gets drunk, at least. And it's jealousy. It's clearly jealousy. That's what I think of when I see Randy and her reaction is there was nothing wrong with Rishi. You went out of your way to try to set him up.
Yeah. And listen, I do believe that he's talking to women.
Sure.
Regardless of Randy.
Sure.
But yeah, she definitely, because she was like, it wasn't even like, oh, should I do it? Should Myra do it? Like, what do you guys think? She's like, oh, no. I'm going to take care of that.
Yeah. I think she's jealous.
Oh, yeah.
I think she said she was married, right? Mm-hmm. So who knows, though? Maybe
her husband must be loving this.
Her husband stopped banging her. Right? That's the other thing. If you said that to me, like, well, Sarah is dating this guy who's a little sketchy, so I'm going to slide into his DMs and play along. I'd be like, no, you're not.
Unless I would be like, hey, you want to be on this? Just like, but
we could do it together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: like, I would like play around for a little bit, but I wouldn't let it go. I would, after maybe 2 messages, I would just. You can tell if someone's trying to be, oh, hello, how is it going?
Right.
I would not get this going like Randy.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
I would definitely be like, hey, like you wanna
do it together.
Fuck with this person.
Jeez, what do I want to do to the rest of the
You know what I'm saying?
New day.
Not fuck this person, fuck with this person.
Yes.
Jesus, Jonathan. I'm glad I would be there with you to guide you through this.
So the ladies are on the move. They're heading to meet Rishi at this restaurant / palace. And
I loved it.
This killed me because Randy is so sexing it up.
Oh my gosh.
She's got a full face on. Her hair's done. Like, she is ready to flirt with Rishi.
It's because she is an international supermodel. So you gotta look like one. You cannot just lie about it.
She's like, I'm asking him out of the gate why he blocked me. It's like, this is not about you. Drop it, okay? You were trying to do something to help your friend, or so you say, but now I'm starting to think you flew to India so you could confront Rishi yourself. Yeah. It has nothing to do with seeing Jen.
I almost feel like she wants to break them up so she can keep Rishi for herself.
I would not be surprised.
Yeah, but like Rishi kind of brings up the social media, and Randy immediately she's like, so why did you send me a photo of yourself without a shirt?
Yeah, I led you to believe I was in London coming to India, and you were being very flirtatious. So what was that all about? And Rishi's like, well, I just forwarded you a shirt, this photo that is on my wall. Anyone can see it. And Randy's like, well, that felt inappropriate. You said you wanted to meet me. And Jen goes, here's the thing. I knew about you both from the beginning. I knew you through Jen. So I thought you were just pulling my leg. So I was pulling your leg. Oh, Rishi, you could do better than that. And Randy's like, well, why did you block me? There was no LOL or anything like that.
Oh, boy.
And then you deleted your chat history. All red flags, Rishi.
Yep.
These are all pointing to the fact that you were not you may have been pulling something else while you were chatting with Randy, but you were not pulling anyone's leg. I don't think.
No, he messed up big times. Because if he knew, you can pull someone's leg, I guess, in a message or two, and then be like, oh, hello, Randy, I know who you are. Like, say hi to Jen. Like, you would not let this going and send flowers and semi-naked pics.
And you wouldn't block it before you said, all right, it's not funny anymore, or like, all right, we should stop, or you wouldn't just, because it is Jen's friend.
Yeah.
You're not just going to block your fiance's friend.
I honestly, like, thinking about this again, if some of your guy friends did this, try to see if they can catfish me, and I knew it's them, I would feel very offended, but I would be mad at you. Because I would be like,
oh, you put them up to this.
Yeah, I would be like, why are you doing this? This is ridiculous. Like, if you have any doubts, talk to me about it. Don't have your friends sliding into my DMs, see if I'm gonna talk to them.
That's a really good point, and something Rishi's never done, because maybe he does feel caught.
Yeah.
He's never looked at Jen and said, why did you put her up to this? Do you not trust me? Are you the one who started this?
And I think it's because he's guilty of not pulling someone's leg, as you say. He was pulling something else about talking to this international supermodel.
Right, he was enjoying himself like a man would when he hasn't seen his fiance for years and is in another country.
But I think he blocked her the second he realized who she was.
100%. He clicked on mutual friends and saw, oh shit.
Yep.
Block.
But yeah,
delete the chat history.
Yeah. That's why he's not mad at Jen.
Yeah, my first reaction would be, wait, what? Teresa, you put them up to this. Why do you have an issue? Why?
I would be
pissed.
I would be like, why the fuck did you do that?
Yeah, and so Rishi continues with this whole, my block list is long. I have a lot of people message me, and I just delete or block them. And Myra's like, oh, you do? And Rishi's like, yeah, let me show you. I'll show you all the requests, male and female.
Okay, did you see the request he pulled up? It was from a lady asking him if he's in London. Like, is that a thing he's playing, that he's saying that he may be in London? Or there is a lot of London talk. it was Randy saying she's in London.
Maybe he goes there for work, for modeling.
I don't know.
But regardless, he showed one message. They read one message out, and then everyone's like, "Oh, all right. I guess you do have nothing to hide." What about all the other messages, though?
Well, okay. One issue solved. On to the next one. The ladies want to know, all right, so why haven't you told the parents yet? What's going on with you and your mom looking for a wife for you? Like, what's going on with that? And he really should get his answer straight because he keeps like drowning in his lies.
Did you hear even the number started to change? It was like, well, my family got me like 2 or 3 potential matches, and then it was like, well, 3 or 4.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Get your story straight.
And he's like, I never met them. When my parents told me, I'm like, no thanks. No thanks.
So Jen is coming to the realization of, oh wow, Rishi's not telling me the truth about a few things here.
Well, she's like, wait a minute. He is a pathological liar because it seems like everything he says is a lie.
Yeah. And so she reaches her breaking point. She stands up. She walks away. And the friends are just sitting there. And Rishi goes, so you guys like the food?
Spicy?
So you guys like the food?
I miss the Indian food.
Run away, Jen, never come back.
Yeah, and she's truly like, wait a minute. He is lying all the time.
Yeah. What are you going to do about it?
Well, see, I mean, he needs to start telling the truth, or Jen needs to pack her bag and get on the flight back home with her friends.
That's what he needs to do. And I guess you're in between a rock and a hard place here, because I was going to say you need to make one grand gesture now. You have one chance, I feel like, to make a grand gesture. Go tell your family. Say, Jen is the love of my life. I want to marry her. And I think that may put her mind at ease. But if you truly believe in astrology, you don't want to rush it. You want to wait until the perfect day. So, quite the predicament. Not sure what you do here.
Well, I think the ladies are planning to do the big gesture without him.
Oh, right.
It wasn't
from the previews.
That's gonna be so bad if they do it. I'm here for it.
These women are the worst. I
don't mind Myra. I think Myra has good intentions.
Myra's fine.
I think Myra is a friend. I think Randy is a jealous friend.
You guys are acting like high schoolers. This is not your business. This is not your news to share.
All right. If you have a friend who has a bad track record. Damn it, I can speak. You say it. Track record.
Yep.
Track record. Pardon my English language. Track record.
Keeps broken record, Teresa. Enough.
Track record.
Yes.
Okay. With women, right? That he kept picking the wrong ones, keep getting married and divorced. Then you would probably want to be like, okay, wait a minute, bro. Like, pump the brakes. Let's make sure this is it. Right? You would want to do it too for your friend.
At some point, you got to go, my friend is an adult. She had one bad marriage? Randy didn't like Jen's ex? Okay, so you had one bad marriage. What? If this was like a serious pattern, this is your 4th, 5th terrible relationship, maybe you insert yourself.
I wish I had a friend like that. I would just get popcorn and I would be riding this wild ride with her. I have a lot of crazy friends, though.
You do not wish you... Oh, I thought you meant you wish you had a friend like Randy.
No, like a wild friend, like Jen. But I do have friends like that, so...
I don't think Jen's that wild.
No, she's not, but I feel like she falls in love with the wrong people who are not fully genuine with her, and then it's hard to decide what to do.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened with her ex. I think Rishi is genuinely into her. I think there is something, but I also think that he knows that he has the longest hair in his town, and so he can slide to other girls' DMs, and he likes it. I think there is something shady about him. He's afraid to tell his parents. So as much as I do believe that he has feelings for Jen, he's not all in.
No, she is not the only one.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like, I feel bad that she might be a little wild in this sense that she's a bad picker.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Let's see. All right. Next, Isabel and Gabe.
Gabe and Isabel.
So we flash back. We see Isabel and Gabe telling Isabel's parents that they're engaged. They're happy. No surprise there. Everyone was accepting of the news that Gabe shared the previous episode. So now we have to go to a lawyer's office because Gabe is running out of time on his visa.
Yeah.
They need to get married before his visa expires, or he has to leave the country and he'd have to wait 6 months to come back.
Yeah, let me just say this. I'm so happy the parents were fine with this and accepted him.
Sure.
That was beautiful. So let's go to the lawyer's office, and it's a bilingual lawyer, English and Spanish.
It's also, I think, a lawyer who goes to the same hairstylist as Jen from Rishi and Jen. She has the blonde streaks in the front.
Maybe it's a thing.
Oh, it's a thing, all right.
Is it?
It's a thing that won't be coming to this apartment anytime
Well,
soon.
I am blonde, so there's nothing I can do.
Oh, they are too, but they're just more blonde in the front.
Oh. Part in the front, part in the back. Okay, so they're asked, like, what do they need to get married in Colombia? And they need the passport, they need the cedula.
The ID card.
Yeah, the ID card. And a birth certificate, which literally sounds like, okay, that makes a lot of sense. Well, not to Gabe, because he wasn't prepared for this.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. I'm just going to say this. On the previous episode, I was kind of speculating, how is he going to do it with the birth certificate? Because he was born a female. And I did not think you can change that.
Right.
However, shout out to one of our friends who kind of explained it to us and said, no, you can change that. Like, they can adjust it for you.
Yeah.
And it's a great day. It's a great feeling that you feel like you're fully who you are. And so I'm not going to drop the name, but you know who you are. Thank you so much for explaining this to us, because I truly did not think that was possible.
Yeah, this whole season, their segments have been very educational, informative, and then speaking with you guys, of course. So, yes, Gabe needs these few things. He doesn't have them necessarily, and I kind of get where he's coming from for the reason he doesn't have.
Well,
everything.
he does. So his passport says he's a male. His Florida ID says he's a male, but his birth certificate says female. And he kind of said, you know what? I got everything done. I didn't think I will ever need it.
Right.
This was 10 years ago. I didn't think I'll be marrying someone in Colombia. So I kind of didn't pay attention to that. And I get that.
Right. I think he said he was getting his passport, so we had to give the government all of the evidence of him transitioning, and then they never give it back to him.
Well, okay. I'm going to drop some knowledge too. You always have to give copies, maybe certified copies. You never give anything official to the government.
I thought we gave our actual birth certificates.
Oh, we did not.
Are you sure?
Oh, absolutely. We showed it to them, but they made a copy. Our lawyer made a copy.
Right.
The Czech people made a copy.
Right, but we had to go with our actual.
Oh, yeah.
The original.
We would never send it to. If he was submitting it to somewhere, you don't submit. They literally say, like, for example, for our stuff, for a green card, it says submit original copy. So you need to go to a translator or a paralegal, someone who's going to certify your documents. So they have to be originally certified because they will keep it. So whatever you send them, they'll keep.
So you send a copy.
Yeah, you have to send a copy. And so if he sent some originals, well, he shouldn't have.
Well, I don't even think that's the issue, though, is it? Because the issue is that his birth certificate, which he may have, whether the government has it or not, I don't think that's the issue. The issue is his birth certificate says female.
Yes.
It needs to say male.
Yes.
It needs to match the passport, the ID. So he's going to have to go back to the States to get that sorted out.
Yes.
Which means, well, I just got here to Colombia. Now I have to pack my bags and go back home and figure this all out. Obviously not ideal.
Well, here is what he should have said. Because Isabel was mad at him. She's like, well, you should have put your shit together. You should have been prepared, like you weren't. But he didn't know they're going to be getting married because he didn't know what the parents are going to say.
You can plan ahead. You can plan for best case scenario. You should do your research.
Yes,
we give everyone shit for not doing their research. You should do your research.
Okay, true.
Right? You should say, I'm going to Colombia with the intention of proposing.
True.
Marrying. The intention of marrying, hopefully. I guess maybe he didn't know when, how much time. Like, how long was the original? Was it a 90-day visa?
For who? For him?
Because he says I have 1 month left.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe.
So if it was it 6 months? Well,
I think he has a tourist visa that you go for multiple months and then you have to leave.
Right. So maybe he thought, I would have more time to get this figured out. But now there's only a month left. Things took a while. I don't know. But I got to give him the same shit I give everyone else. Do your research.
Yeah, he should have Googled to see what...
He doesn't know how to run a business from Colombia, and he's moving his life there. I'm going to say one
more thing, that maybe, yes, normally I would give shit to everyone, but for Gabe, let's say, yes, he said, I have my birth certificate, but it says female.
Right.
I don't think if you Google in Colombia, I don't think it's going to come up like, in case you transition, make sure it matches your passport, because I don't think it's that common. Even the lawyers, like, this is the first transgender person we've had here. So I think for Gabe thinking like, all right, like I transitioned, I have my passport all set, my Florida ID, and my birth certificate says, well, I was born a female because that's who I was born as, should be fine. I don't think you can just Google and find out, like, well, that's not fine. Oh,
okay. So then to go back, we were talking about the government taking the originals.
Yeah.
They took his evidence of transitioning.
Yes.
So they I don't know. We don't know what that is, what that entails, but it could be forms from the doctor, forms from the hospital, right? Maybe they do need the originals of that. We were thinking he was talking about, I gave my birth certificate, my ID, my passport. No. He has that stuff.
Oh, okay.
What he needs
I think you're right.
What he needs is the evidence of transition to prove to the government that he did that, and so that the birth certificate can be changed. So he has all the IDs, the passport.
Yeah.
He doesn't have evidence of transition.
But he can get that, I'm sure.
I know. That's the other thing, is Isabel made it seem like, what? You'll never be able to get... It's like, hospitals and doctor's offices in the States keep records.
Yeah, for sure.
There's going to be a paper trail.
I think she was just mad that it's gonna take longer.
She
and
wanted to be planning a wedding and looking for houses, not sitting home alone waiting for Gabe to figure this out back in the States.
Well, she will need to. And well, here is something I was surprised. Gabe didn't tell his mom or his sister that he's engaged.
I don't understand this either.
But they knew he's going there to propose.
And they knew he was moving there.
Yeah.
So then, I don't know if they're trying to make drama for this couple because there's no real drama.
Yeah, they seem to be in love.
They seem to be a solid couple. But yeah, Gabe's like, my mom, my sister don't know. It's like, huh? They knew you were moving there. You weren't just moving there to go hang out. They knew you had Isabel, and it was going to be...
Yeah.
It was going to be a move for her. So that seemed strange.
We'll see.
One thing I did notice this episode, finally, I figured out what the tattoo was on the side of his head.
Oh, yeah.
I always thought, and maybe he shaved his head because maybe his hair was longer. I always thought it was just like a little symbol sticking out by his ear, but it's a huge compass.
It is.
And I'm curious to know what that means. What's the...
Maybe you really picked up on it because you were playing with my car compass today.
Sure was. But I mean, that must be symbolic of something. It must represent something. And so I wonder...
It's the way you go.
Where you go.
I said the way you go, but
the way you go. Anyway. So
the way you go somewhere. Doesn't like compass always points to... Well, it points to wherever you go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to drop this.
So the way Gabe is going is back home. This is like the first season that I can remember where almost everyone's gone back home in the middle of the season.
Yeah, that's very true.
Jen went back home.
Chris, Gabe. Yeah. I mean, I'm ready for...
Oussama wants Debbie to go back.
Yeah.
Nicole threatens to go back.
Yeah, that's very true.
Everyone.
I mean, it's the other way, staying there. Like, it's called the other way, means like they go there. Doesn't mean they will stay there.
Well, they're supposed to.
I think, yes, but so far I think it's only Jenny and Corey who actually stayed in the foreign country. Well, yeah.
All right. Kris and Jeymi. Speaking of Kris, back home in
FaceTiming.
I was waiting for you to say the state.
Alabama.
Yeah. She's there to take care of bank issues and medication.
So,
issues.
okay, she was supposed to only go for like 2 weeks, but it's been 3 months.
And you were like, why doesn't she book a round trip ticket? This is why, Teresa.
Yeah, but her reasoning. So, okay. She said, well, I need my narcolepsy medicine, some bank issues, but also we were broke as fuck because Jeymi quit her job and never found a new one as I told her to, and we were running out of money. So now I'm here in the US just doing all kinds of weird jobs so I can send money back to Jeymi. But like, how are you saving money to go back? And I don't understand.
She's doing all sort of yard work, painting houses, pressure washing driveways.
Yeah, but
it's so specific.
But she does this so she can send money back to Jeymi, so she pays for the apartment. But Kris cannot go there because they don't have money to just live off of.
Well, I think that's why she needs to stay and work and save.
But she's not saving. She's sending it back to Jeymi. That's my point.
Jeymi needs to find a job. I didn't fully track the whole, well, I told Jeymi to quit, but then also to find a different job. It's like, well, why don't you just keep your job until you find a different job?
Well, I think Jeymi's boss said, well, you need to come back.
Yes.
And Kris told Jeymi, well, you can either go back or you can quit if you don't like it or so.
But you have to find another job.
Well, yeah.
So you have to go work somewhere. Why don't you just go work?
Maybe she don't like it.
Work until you find a different job.
True.
You guys have serious money issues. Suck it up. Go back.
Yeah.
Go back to the job you're doing for who knows how long before Kris started to subsidize your lifestyle.
Absolutely, but she didn't. Now she just lives in the apartment that Kris pays with her all kinds of weird jobs money.
Yeah, pressure washing driveways. And I feel like if Kris just had one weekend she did a yard sale, like a garage sale, they could survive off that money for a year.
Really?
With all the tchotchkes she's got in that place.
Have you seen that tchotchkes? Who's going to buy it?
She was on like a $2,500 laptop.
Well, she should sell the rare motorcycle.
Well, someone stole it from her. It was probably her plan until someone stole it. So now Jeymi has COVID, right? The hits keep coming. Now Jeymi has COVID. Kris is ignoring Jeymi, not talking to her. This is apparently the first time they've FaceTimed or talked in a month.
But apparently it's because Jeymi always calls her when Kris is doing work. So Kris is ignoring her. I'm like, this doesn't sound like a happy marriage.
No. Kris is like, I don't talk to you because you always bitch at me. And Jeymi goes, at this point, I'm not sure you love me. Neither of you love either.
No, but Jeymi's very emotional. She's crying and Kris is like, I've had enough, and she just walks away. Yeah,
and apparently Kris does this often because then the producer swoops in to talk to Jeymi, and she's like, I don't know if Kris is coming back, and Jeymi's like, yeah, this is what she does. It's classic.
Well, Kris said, well, if I go back to Colombia, Jeymi will be happy, but we'll have no money. If I stay here and keep working, we'll keep fighting. So there is no winning.
There's no winning. Call it a day. You had your fun. It's not going to work.
Or have Jeymi go back to work. You go back to Colombia and find a job there and figure it out.
Yeah. Not good.
We'll see. You can pressure wash stuff in Colombia, I'm sure.
Pressure wash. Do a little pressure washing.
All right. One more or two more? One more.
I think just one more.
The Yohan and the nut.
The coconut.
Danielle, she's so coconuts.
She cannot understand why Yohan is angry that she wants to hang out with her ex.
Well, first of all, Yohan apparently is acting like nothing happened. I think Yohan is just so pissed that he's acting like nothing happened because it is his birthday and he doesn't want to spoil the whole day.
Right. And so he's keeping to himself. Danielle's got her new ritual that Baba gave her, which is play soccer with a coconut around the apartment.
The coconut you peel in a way, and then you rub it in these eggshells. So it's like white and messy. It's like,
well, I don't understand why you're questioning this, Teresa. This makes complete sense to me.
Because you make... Baba is basically saying, waste a perfectly good coconut and make a mess.
Yohan, this excited Yohan. He was like, I'll play a little soccer. I'll kick that thing around a little bit. It's something we could do together.
Yeah. So they're kicking the coconut around, cleansing, kick it out on the balcony, break it, because apparently you're supposed to break it outside.
Mm-hmm.
And for Daniel, it's like, okay, it's a new fresh start again. Let's keep it peaceful and nice. It's Yohan's birthday and she just wants to do something special. And the fact that Yohan kicks this coconut around with her and is manifesting really makes her happy.
We might actually survive.
All right, well, later that day, Danielle tells us that she's throwing him a surprise party, which is nice, inviting his whole family. She wants to make it special because he's never had a birthday party like this, and it needs to come with the perfect cake.
You need the perfect cake, which I'm sure she wants to smash in some ritual or something before anyone could taste it. She wants to put a photo on it or some writing on it.
Yeah.
You know, like a classic 12-year-old's birthday. She wants to set that cake up. And she goes to the store, and this guy was amazing. This sales associate was just like, no, I'm not going to do that. We can't write on cakes. Not at this hour. Not at this hour. What are you talking about?
Well, here's the thing. If he was selling like already decorated cake, I would be like, okay, well,
There were.
They were all plain white cakes.
No, she was like, I'm looking in this.
Well, yeah, there was one like place where they had like decorated cakes. But if you looked in front of the, what do you call that? We call it vitrina in Czech. What do you call it in America?
Yeah, that's what we call it here too.
Well, they were just like plain white cakes.
Uh-huh.
They were asking to be written on.
Sure. I'm sure the guy who writes on the cake decorator, I'm sure he went home.
Yeah.
And so now the guy's like, absolutely, at this hour. Not a chance. Come back August 2nd at 4 p.m. You might get a decorated cake.
Well, Daniel's like, por favor, I really need to write on this freaking cake. And she was just not going anywhere.
She harasses the guy until he's finally like, fine, you write on it.
He's like, I can't do it, but you can.
There's like some cake decorating union in the Dominican Republic. It's like, I'm not legally allowed to write on cakes as a different department. But if you do it and you don't tell anyone, we'll be fine.
So she did it. She's happy. She got a cake. She is ready for this birthday party.
At first, I was thinking, oh, maybe he doesn't know how to spell. Maybe he's self-conscious that she's going to ask me to write something in English and I'm not going to be able to do it. So he's like, I can't do it. I'm not going to do it. I can't do it. But then he would just be like, all right, how do you spell that? When someone would be like, oh, if I said, I wanted to say happy birthday, Teresa, I would spell your name. I guess I wouldn't spell happy birthday. Maybe he doesn't know how to spell. Maybe he was embarrassed. He didn't want to do it.
Who knows? But she does it.
She gets it. And the guy was very impressed. He's like, if you need a job.
Yeah. So you want a job in here?
You can come work for us. So then, yes, celebration time.
So Yohan doesn't know about this at all. He thinks they're going to go out for dinner, just him and Danielle.
Mm-hmm.
So they get there.
Well, first, don't skip over one of my favorite parts of the episode.
Which one?
When they're driving to this venue. And Danielle's like, what would your dream birthday be? And Yohan's like, maybe like climbing Mount Everest.
Why not?
Danielle goes,
Dream big.
Babe, only like 10 people have ever climbed Mount Everest.
Dude, maybe
today.
Yeah. 100 probably today.
Yeah, I think there's probably several hundred that do it every year.
Yeah, but there is always
it's
the
overcrowded.
Window. Yeah, it's overcrowded. You should look at Google photos of people trying to climb Everest. Yeah. That's the reason why I would not want to. Because there's waiting a line for a Taylor Swift concert ticket.
Like Disney World.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you could die.
Yes.
All right, so they arrive at the restaurant. It is a surprise. Everyone's there singing, clapping. Yohan's surprised.
There's like 59 kids.
Yeah, it's a big family.
Yeah.
I give Danielle props for this. Like, this is the one pretty decent thing she did was pull off this surprise party for Yohan's birthday. Good job. I applaud that.
Yeah. Well, so Yohan's surprised. He's happy. Everyone eats. They serve them some food, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Yohan gives a speech saying,
oh boy,
thanks everyone, thanks the family, and especially God for putting this party together. And I think it was his dad.
It was
or
Yohan's
someone.
Dad.
He was like, well, how about you thank Daniela for putting this together?
I already thanked her.
And
that's all it took. All it took was him going, I already thanked her. And she grabs her purse and storms out.
Yep.
0 to a million.
Because she feels humiliated for, she went out of her way for Yohan and he cannot even acknowledge her.
But is that an appropriate reaction?
No.
You could sulk, be a little upset, but stay there. It's his birthday. You just made it about you by standing up and storming off.
Well, Yohan follows her and he basically, Daniel's like, well, you don't know how to show gratitude. And he's like, gratitude? You ruined my birthday yesterday when you started talking about your ex. So what's the gratitude?
I've never met a guy who's so into his birthday. As like Yohan's even like, you ruined the day before my birthday. Well, you wanted to hang out with him the day before my birthday and my birthday is ruined.
Honestly, if you did that to me, I would say the same thing. I was like,
you love your birthday.
Absolutely. I love it so much.
I've never met a single guy who's that into his birthday. And I could be, I
wish you were.
I'm sure that I'm not at all.
I'm into it for you.
Here's my stance, and I know I'm in the minority here. You should not be celebrated on your birthday. Your parents should be celebrated.
They have their own birthdays.
Okay, and then so their parents should be celebrated on their birthdays. So the kid didn't do anything. The parents did all the work.
You were born.
What did you do to get born? Nothing. Celebrate the parents.
All right. So when your parents pass or you don't have a relationship, then you're gonna stop celebrating?
Yeah. It should be called Gave Birthday, and you celebrate when you gave birth. Gave birthday.
No, it's birthday, and you should own up to it and celebrate it like a king.
You sure do.
I love my birthday. I love John's birthday. I love everyone's birthday.
And that just goes to prove my point. It doesn't even matter that it's your birthday. You just like celebrating. You like party. Right. So it has nothing to do with the fact that it's your birthday.
I feel special. I feel like that's when the day I came out of the womb.
Mm-hmm. Sure did.
Yeah.
Anyways.
You should celebrate it because if I didn't, I wouldn't be here.
Okay. I could see that.
Yeah.
But I would celebrate your parents for giving birth to you. I'm so thankful for you, Mother Teresa and Father Teresa.
Well, they have their own birthdays, okay? Celebrate them on their birthdays, which we did.
Mm-hmm. All right. Anyways, Danielle, full pissed, gets in the car, drives off.
And Yohan is enjoying the cake.
The cake comes out. It's like a Vegas bachelorette party. There's sparklers coming off it. There's bottle service. And Daniel's just...
And Yohan is just like, who cares? Just like living his best life.
Yeah, it's his birthday. He loves his birthday, Teresa. What do you know about it?
You should.
Yes, you should enjoy your birthday. Celebrate your birthday.
I was really pissed at her that she ruined it for him.
It's all about her.
Yeah. She's a little selfish.
Oh, hello. All right, that's the episode. It was an okay episode. I'm going to be honest. It was okay.
I liked it.
What was your favorite part?
This all together. I
liked Randy and Myra showing up.
Yeah, it was enjoyable.
But other than that, there's nothing really.
I like Danielle being a little nuts, playing with the nut.
That was fun.
Yeah, it was a good app.
Let's see what food she wastes next episode.
Probably something delish.
All right. So thank you guys for listening. Check out the Patreon if you want more. If you want Love in Paradise. If you want Sick and Brother Husband. Patreon.com/married to reality. Also, make sure you're following us on Instagram at Married to Reality Pod. Message us. Check out the memes, the news, the scheduling. All that stuff is on Instagram at Married to Reality Pod. Follow the podcast.
Yeah.
If you're not following the podcast, it's so easy to do. You look down, you smash that follow button.
Guys, smash it like it's hurt. It's the beautiful review we got.
Beautiful review from Heyne, who said we are the go-to podcast for 90 Day Fiancé and MAFs and can't wait to hear our observations and loves the fact that we inject our own relationship experiences into the conversation. She learned so much.
Thank you so much.
Listening to us. Wow. All right. Thank you, Heyne. Beautiful review. If you haven't left a review, be like Heyne.
Be like Heyne.
Hey now. Howard. Hey now. All right.
I've said it all.
I've said it all. You said it all. We've said it all.
We've said it all.
We'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
as little as 3 minutes to see if you could save on motorcycle insurance with Progressive. Come on, you've spent more time than that thinking about helmets with faces on them.
I should get a new helmet. Ooh, maybe I'll get one of those ones that looks like a face with painted teeth and eyebrows, you know? Oh, that always looks so cool. People are like, whoa, is that a person with two faces? Oh, no, it's a helmet. And one face.
Get a quote in as little as 3 minutes at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.